This is Things My Friends Say. I'm Chris.
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Tyler.
What are some of your favorite things when you were growing up? What's some things you like? Things that's well, actually, it could be your least favorite things too. But what are some things that tickle your fancy?
Anything Star Wars, honestly, because growing up, I watched all the old ones with my grandpa all the time, and so whenever I see anything, it makes me think back to when I was a little boy and watching Star Wars all the time.
I actually didn't like Star Wars that much in the beginning because I was wondering why the magic man in the brown cloak disappeared when Darth Vader hit him, and I couldn't figure out where did he go. I think about Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Nintendo, like Conker's Bad Fur Day, stupid stuff like that.
Classic games.
Yeah, well, I mean, me, my brother Casey, and my sister Chelsea, like, that was what we did. You plug in the Nintendo 64 and we would play Conker's Bad Fur Day, and which was this game where you were like little furry animals, but it was like the rated M version of it. So there was like lots of there's lots of blood and stuff. But the multiplayer, you could play before, like, online. There was like caveman, so you could be cavemen, and there were velociraptors, and Casey was always a velociraptor, and me and my sister were always cavemen, and there was a big free-for-all, and you could like pick up like a revolver as like a caveman, and you like walked around really slow, and you like pah, and that's all I always think about when I was a kid. It's one of my favorite things. And Disney movies.
What about you, Tyler?
I think of Pokemon. And
it's a good one.
I guess Zelda.
That's a good point, though. Pokemon cards. That was huge. I didn't get to play Zelda because I would erase my siblings' save files, so they actually hid it from us. Still never beat the original Super Nintendo one because it was hidden from me for so long.
I've never beaten a Zelda game ever.
That's a fool's
so
gambit.
I've only ever beat one.
I don't feel as bad anymore.
Well, the one that I put the most time into, I just would run around. It was just like one of those things. I just feel like when you were a kid, you'd play some games, and I just feel like you're an idiot. Like, you're just dumb. Like, you don't know what's going on because you're a kid, and it's like you could sit there and read, but you're not playing the game to read. So I would just run around, do the exact same stuff all the time. I don't know why. I feel like I had like different save files, and I would just do like the same parts over again, and then I would get stuck, and then I just didn't know where to go.
We never named the character like the correct thing. We would just type in a bunch of random letters. That was when it'd be like, oh, hello, Q345912744NB. That was always Zelda for us. But you're right. I had no understanding of video games. I played EverQuest, which was like World of Warcraft, but it was like the old man version of it. And I had a character, and I went and I killed some guy 1,000,000 times. And the city that he belonged to exiled me, and I cried for 3 days because I couldn't get back in, and I couldn't get any gold coins, and that shit sucked. Fast forward, Pokemon Go, and it sounded ideal, and I remember people like at the lake that we have here in town hopping the fence at night illegally, going through the nature trail trying to find cool ass Pokemon, but then it like died out after what,
it was like
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
It's probably like a month and a half.
My brother still plays.
Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you about that.
Old people do. I get old people who come through my line, and
Right.
they have it open, and they put it up, and they're like looking, and they're like trying to catch Pokemon. I'm like, this is perfect. This is like Farmville 2 for old people. They love this. They eat this up.
There actually is a Farmville too. Just saying.
This is like Farmville 3.
There you go.
Old people love this. It was fun when it was like poppin', because downtown, busy. Everyone playing
That was
Pokemon
like the most
Go.
I've ever seen this
Yeah,
time.
it was crazy. Everyone was having a good time. Remember the one time we all went and caught a Rapidash, and Casey came with us, and he missed it, and it ran away, and he was really upset about it.
But everybody else got him.
Blast. We all had fun, but then it died.
Play Pokemon Go, but my phone would die real fast, so I never got that much game time.
You didn't have a
with
juice
guys.
pack with you. That's just
Didn't have a juice pack.
You didn't charge your phone the
Yeah.
one time. It wasn't that you didn't have a juice box, a juice pack,
a
juice
juice
box.
box.
Yeah.
You got juice box, bro?
Oh man. Oh, this sounds gross.
I was up on Mount Diablo when Pokemon Go came out, and I was trying to catch Pokemon up there, but I had no service. And the app was consistently crashing, which is another reason why I think people stopped playing it. But I think what drew us all in was we were Pokemon kids, and it was just, I don't know. It was new, innovative, it was different, but it just wasn't good enough. It was a letdown, I guess, as a Pokemon lover, not all the way, because I didn't play the Game Boy games. Never played the Game Boy games.
It's a shame.
They sucked. Anyways, so not a big deal.
I enjoyed those.
The Game Boy games were good, and they are still good. Pokemon is one of the, I think, few franchises that has maintained, because it doesn't do... They keep everything, every time they come out with a new one, they keep everything that made the first one good to begin with, and then, like, they add other stuff that's, like, leave or take. Like, it doesn't matter if you do it or not, but then, like, usually the base game is just, you just have different monsters. So it's just, like, an updated version of the stuff every time, but it's, like, you're playing, like, mystery monsters because you don't know which ones you're gonna get because there's some new ones. But, so they can't ruin stuff that's already been established, because they say this is just in the same world, here's some different monsters, they do some stuff it's similar, but they're different. So
We're same, but different.
yeah.
Every time I want a remake and they make a remake, I don't know if they're just fucking it up and they're not doing it wrong. Any kind of game company, they always mess it up some way, and I just don't like it every single time. And I guess you can't really tell if it's just you're over it or if it just sucks.
I mean, there's a difference between a remake and when they take the same game and they just put, like, makeup on it. Or, like, new paint. Like, most games are just the exact same game and it plays like it's from 2005. But they're just reselling you something they've already sold you. And I feel like that is the current state of most media. Like, everything is just... They're just reselling you things that you've already consumed. And it's like being like, oh, we remade this movie, but it's a little different. Like, they just came out with the new Pet Sematary. Garbage. They're like, oh, we have to put a new twist on it. I don't know what the damn twist on it is, because I can't fucking tell you what the other one... I was trying really hard not to say fuck this one. I was like, I was going to make a point of that at the beginning, and I forgot, but I was really trying hard not to. I think I've done good other than those 2 times. Anyways,
you are. You're doing a good job.
They remade Pet Sematary. It's old book. Like, everybody knows what happens, like, in the whatever, like, in the story, the general idea. I don't know play by play what happens in the original movie from, like, the 70s or the 80s, or exactly what happens in the book, but apparently they had to change it up to make it, like, I don't know, more appealing, or to give you something just different, but it was trash. Like, it was terrible. But I went and saw it because Stephen King's name was on it, and because they made it recently, and that was actually a really good movie.
That was a good
This
movie.
was garbage tier movie. Like, they gave me expectations, and they were like, hey, it's a remake, it's gonna be good. We had this other one that wasn't so good. This was worse. They just keep doing that. They're like, we have a name, so we're gonna make money off of it. And that's it. That's
kind of how I feel about, not in a negative way, more like a positive way, but the Jungle Book remake.
Which one?
The live action one.
Well, there's 2.
Oh, sorry.
There's
Not
2.
the one that came out in theaters.
Okay, yeah, Netflix made one. It was called what's his name?
Mowgli.
Yeah, there's one called Mowgli. It's on Netflix. And it's supposed to be darker.
Mowgli, because he's muddy and he's ugly.
He's like homeless. He lives with animals.
He's
he
homeless
doesn't
and
bathe.
he's ugly.
Is he homeless though? He has a home.
Anyways, I think they did a good job. The one element they had added in the most recent, the live action one they made, was the small details about him trying to get back to humanity. Like civilization. And I don't remember if it was like that in the first movie, but it was a nice touch that he, like, fantasized about, I want to be back with the people, but he didn't feel like he could. I don't know. I thought that was a good detail.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it a lot. Actually, I know people who didn't.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot. like Beauty and the Beast. A lot of people hated Beauty and the Beast.
I never saw
I
it.
loved it. I thought it was good. It was real good, but
I mean, it can be good. It's allowed to be good. You're allowed to enjoy things, but Disney can kiss my ass for selling me all this same stuff. They're like, we're gonna make it live action, and I'm like, why? And then Disney's like, we're gonna get rid of our 2D animation department also, so then everything that ever comes out is gonna look like Tangled. And I'm like,
I like Tangled though.
Like, why do you have to keep like no, you're like I said, you're allowed to like it. Like Tangled's all right. Like it's fine. It's a good movie, but like they're just banking on nostalgia for these other things because they put the name of it on there. But like I said, like why don't they make movies in the same style as these other movies? Like, and they can make new stuff and still bank on your nostalgia because of style or something like a similar something instead of the exact same thing. Because like Star Wars, like again, Disney's fault, but Star Wars, you love it, you hate it, whatever. You've seen it. Everybody knows what it's about, and if you don't, you're lying.
Space poverty.
Yeah, space poverty, sand, space depression, space anger. Anyways,
Angst.
it takes place in space. Like, you could literally say anything. Star Wars, you could write a story about, like, some dude who owns, like, a coffee shop. Like, yeah, I can't tell you no because it takes place in space and they have space travel. Like, it'd just be space coffee shop. Like, that's it.
Space
like, you
bucks.
you could just, like, and then, like, he's working at the coffee shop and then the space guys come and they smash his stuff and it's about his struggle trying to get his business back together. But it's still Star Wars because it gets destroyed by the Star War. Anyways, like, they made the movies and then they use characters that are, like, 40 years old and then that pissed people off. Like, yeah, this new Star Wars is perfect example. They came out with the new Star Wars trailer not that long ago. At the very end, there's the main bad guy from the original trilogy's laugh is there.
Mm-hmm.
We had no reason, no inclination at all that he would even be in this, and there's been 2 other movies, and it's like the 2 other movies have...
They never brought him up at all.
Yeah, he hasn't been brought up. And the 2 other movies, the only reason they had collaborated together was because they told you it took place, like, minutes after. It's, like, directly after. Like, other than that, like, you got some characters, like I said, from the 80s. And then that don't really need to be there.
They said, what's going to sell? They said, Emperor Palpatine's laugh. The Death Star being in the background somewhere. A blue lightsaber.
The same one that got ripped in half and blew up.
The same one. And hovercraft. And they said, that's it. That's all you need.
And see, I was going to say, I was pretty stoked when I saw Lando in Star Wars in the new episode 9
so you're
trailer.
part of the
Well,
problem.
Hold on. I was like, oh, he does not look good.
It's because he's old.
Well, I know.
What do you want? It's like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, you know? Like, come on.
SpongeBob wants to see him so bad, and then they show up, they're old, and then he says, this sucks, this isn't as good, because everything is better remembered than experienced for the 80th time.
Yeah, Tamagotchi pets, they should have died a long time ago, but someone thought it was a good idea to bring them back, and they suck.
When I'm 9 years old and I'm pressing those 3 buttons that I still don't know what they do, and then he dies in the middle of the night, and I wake up and I have a little angel on my screen.
God damn it.
Yeah, like... That is better talked about and remembered so I can laugh about it now. Do I think it would be fun to have a Tamagotchi again? Maybe for the first 5 minutes. Other than that, no. Let the Tamagotchi die. I don't want to see any more of Luke Skywalker. I don't want to see any more of the Palpatine. Just like, tell me about Star Wars guy over there.
Can we talk about the Star Wars strip clubs? Like, there are so many more interesting things in Star Wars I want to know about.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like,
why do I gotta know about this one little crybaby and his dumbass family? Tell me about the other guys.
Yeah, you just want to go to the space trap and see some sweet alien titties.
I want Star Wars, not Star Operas. Get out of here with that BS.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like I told you before, when we saw the Han Solo movie when it came out,
That was good.
Solo,
I like that movie though.
Solo.
I called him Han Solo all my life.
Anyways.
I ain't changing.
Han Solo,
But yes,
it's a stranger.
I did
okay?
enjoy it, Chris. But I was also going to say there is that one scene where he is fighting as a stormtrooper.
I like that.
That was fucking sweet. And if they could make a movie just based around any stormtrooper or any clone trooper or any
That's
rebel
good,
trooper,
though. That's
that would
good.
be insane.
And my favorite part about that scene, and I too wish they would make a movie like that because I feel like that would actually be good, is it shows the horror of war. Not everybody can, lift shit up with their fucking force powers. Not everyone has a lightsaber and they can kill a ton of people
Not
at once.
everyone's a Jedi and
These
gets
are
missed by the laser
these were
bolts.
normal people,
Yeah.
and it was scary and it wasn't
See,
cool.
But again, you are taking part of what could have been something else, what was different about it, but instead they made a whole movie about what is already familiar to you. Even though that's not what you want to see. You said it would have been dope to see this other stuff about all these nobodies who you already don't know anything about.
Right.
And I agree. What if Dumbo had a cousin? What if
What if there was a sex scene in Dumbo?
Yeah, what if what if it wasn't even what if it was there was a sex scene about Dumbo, not about Dumbo.
With his cousin
but it was-
Hungo?
Yeah, what if he's the what's that one guy's name?
Hungo?
Ron Jeremy, is that him?
Oh, is that-
Yeah.
Yes.
Dumbo's cousin Hungo is the Ron Jeremy of the circus. What if we had a movie about him? What if we had a movie about like Dumbo's there and then it's about the other circus animals and not this nightmare fuel like Dumbo guy that we have to look at?
Or they talk about, like you said, give me a perspective of another circus animal that was around with Dumbo, and they don't get the limelight, and they're like, man, this sucks. I'm a dumb fucking horse.
What about the crows?
Yo, no.
I
Here's
was
my
joking.
example.
I'm
No,
sorry.
you're done. Here's what I'm talking about. So there was a Star Wars game.
The Jim
I know.
Crows.
There was
Was that really what they were?
Yes.
yeah.
They were all named
They were
Jim.
Jim Crows.
Oh,
yeah.
yikes.
Yeah.
I didn't even... I
We're
just remembered
ignoring
the
that.
crows,
We're
and I was like, oh, Jesus.
You said the crows. I thought about the scary movie where the crows attacked people.
Let's remake that. I'll pay for that.
Birds?
Sick. Here's a prime example of how you can make product that does well.
I'm sorry.
Star Wars came out with a game where you played 4 clone troopers. They were all specific. They had specific things that they did. It had nothing to do with the main story. It was these 4 clone troopers went off and your whole story was following their mission and what they were doing somewhere else. That was good.
Was it called Clone Commando?
Yes.
Just make stuff that's set around stuff we like without the characters that I don't want you to ruin, that you know you're going to ruin.
Yeah, make a Lady and the Tramp movie, but just tell me about the grandma before she left the fox.
Yeah, bro. Just like the fox.
The
She
what?
left the fox out there.
Lady
No,
and the
what?
Tramp.
I'm sorry.
What are
I
you
was
thinking?
thinking-
You're thinking about Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Lady and I got all
Yeah, just
lost
make a
in there.
movie about
Excuse
all
me.
these people who have no idea about the Hound and the Fox, and then it's just like literally any other movie that's ever taken place on Earth. Just
Or
make something else.
Call it Lady and the Tramp and actually have it be the story for Fox and the Hound. No one would expect that.
Twist.
Don't remake animated movies live action and have
Wait a
them
minute.
ugly.
Yeah, but before we stop doing remakes or bad
You can go
remakes,
see The Lion King, I
can we do a live action remake of Atlantis?
Yes, please. If that was made,
No, see, this is the problem.
I
you guys
understand, I
are no.
understand,
This is
I
the
understand.
problem.
I am a consumer bitch.
I understand, but Atlantis deserves this.
No,
They do.
Atlantis
They really
just
do.
deserves some merch, some recognition at Disneyland. You love it because of what it is, what it
If
was.
they could
but
give
you
me a
don't want it.
ride where I sit on one of the hammerhead motor things and
That's fine. They should do that. They shouldn't remake the movie because they'll remake it and then they'll make somebody hella ugly. They'll make a character who isn't true to the character.
Danny
they'll do
DeVito can be the
something.
mole.
an all white cast.
I mean, that could be it. That would ruin the movie. I've never even seen the movie, and I know that would destroy
You've
it.
never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
It is like one of the. It's
It
the
is a
edgy
top
Disney
tier
movie,
edgy movie.
but it's like no one ever watches it for whatever reason. It was fantastic.
Like, you know what? Like, I could say they would probably do a relatively good job on an Emperor's New Groove live-action remake, but I
Oh,
don't
no.
want that. Don't do that.
I
Pacha
can
looks
agree.
exactly like the guy who John Goodman is that
Yeah.
who plays him. He looks
Yeah.
exactly like he would be perfect.
Well, that's who he voiced him.
Yeah, I know.
that's
That's what I'm
what he said.
saying. I'm saying
gotcha,
that for a
gotcha.
voice, like, it's not often you get one like that. And I feel like David Spade looks like the
I feel like he does a little bit.
The
He
llama.
just has a different hair.
But the
llama.
guy's not. We're not going to cast David Spade as the emperor of the
come
Aztec
on.
Empire.
Come on. It's a
No,
perfect fit.
No.
They could just do what they did in Star Wars and have somebody be Darth Vader and then have James Earl Jones voice him.
Here's what we do
guess.
instead. We just CGI the guy instead of bringing on a totally different actor, which they
Instead
should do.
of
Let's just
hiring
CGI
a guy
it.
who isn't white, we just CGI.
Yeah, you spend the
somebody-
CGI David Spade.
Disney would probably go that route. They would do the extra. They'd be like,
We could have hired someone that's more accurate, but instead we decided to keep the voice and we just CGI David Spade to look like his original character for the whole movie. Perfect.
you're saying they should brown face CGI David Spade.
Oh. No, I take it back.
Yeah.
I take it back. I don't want that.
Anyways, look up, literally look up, like, the, live action Lilo and Stitch remake, picture. Because
Yeah.
that's happening. It looks terrifying. It looks like a gremlin. He is hideous. Like, actually look this up. Like, look it up, and then you will say, huh.
Right after you look up the live action Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ooh, is that real? They really showed him. Mm-hmm. Like, stop making things. Just make something else, because if you make just something else that isn't something that's already loved, you can't destroy it.
Yeah, but instead of fast hedgehog, just give me a fast rat. Right?
Okay,
What?
we're just gonna take Speedy Gonzalez and ruin him live action too, huh, Jeremy?
Ratty Gonzalez.
Ratty Gonzalez.
He could just be.
Maybe how about a fast chinchilla?
That'd be pretty cool. I watched that. I mean, they made that movie with those damn hamsters that are geniuses or whatever. Jack Black's there, I think.
We don't talk about that movie.
G-Force?
G-Force.
G-Force.
I don't like the
In
title of that
spin-off,
movie.
G-Spot.
That's the name of their base.
The G-Spot?
Yeah.
Is it really?
No, I
Oh,
don't know.
I was like, they
man,
did
you
not.
really had me sold on that.
Anyways, they did that. That was live action, but it wasn't a remake. So, like, I can't tell you that you ruined G-Force because that's G-Force right there. Like,
it just, if it's a terrible movie, it's a terrible movie.
yeah, that's fine. But, like, don't take something that is, like, amazing and then be like, oh, we made it mediocre now because this is the last thing you remember. This is the last thing you're going to think of.
Yeah, I almost wonder if that's why movies like Atlantis don't get recognition from Disney because they're not. I don't know.
Marketable enough.
Yeah, they're not. They're not. All of their original ideas don't get as much attention as the fairy tale ideas. Like everybody loves the fairy tale ideas, but like the original ones are kind of almost. Treasure Planet, is that a Disney movie also?
I think so.
That's a popular one. I
also
haven't
never
seen
seen
it.
that one.
I've never seen that one, but like
I
that
have
one's
those.
popular, and it kind of just gets like pushed off.
It's like, nah. We don't
Lilo
want
and
you.
Stitch, obviously, but even that, like you sometimes see the mascots, but it's not like there's a ride at Disneyland for Lilo and Stitch. They don't really do much
Is
for
there?
like
There's one in Disney World. It's like
world.
it's you're sitting in wherever they're holding Stitch.
Did you say yeet?
Yeet.
Did you
No,
say you're
not-
sitting in the yeet?
I never said the yeet. You're sitting in the wherever they're holding Stitch, and then he like escapes, and the lights turn off, and then he's like sneezes or spits on you. I was like, why would you do this?
I don't like those.
I don't either.
Bugs Life ride in California Adventure when they're
No
spitting
thanks.
venom at you and it's like water and it's like like in your face.
I don't think there's any Bugs Life anymore at all.
Oh really?
They took it away.
Oh no.
There's a one in Universal. It's the it's part of the Mummy. I don't know. It's like a
The
tour.
roller coaster one.
There's that one, and there's one that they used to take you around all the lots, and you go through this Mummy section or whatever, and the tram that you're on, it has little things, and the seats are on the ground, and it's like when those beetles come out. Yeah, and it's like they go
The
under your
4D.
My favorite part is when the Beatles come under my seat.
Like John Lennon, get the fuck out of here.
I don't like Universal Studios.
I've never
It's
been.
okay.
It's not good. Harry Potter World's dope. I mean, it was like, I felt like I was at Hogwarts, which was cool. I bought a wand. I didn't really like the Harry Potter movies, but they got me to buy a wand. I spent $40 on a Sirius black wand.
And then you were saying Wingardium Leviosa.
Yes.
Saw.
Got on the rides.
Woo!
And then everything else everything else sucked though. I mean, like, the food was all right, but it was like I got motion sick. Everything is just vibrant colors, and like all of those rides where everything's moving all the time, and
It's just the tunnel from Willy
couldn't do
Wonka
it.
and the Chocolate Factory.
basically,
Scary tunnel.
Yeah, the scary tunnel.
yeah, after the eating room.
I was in the Universal in Florida because I went to Disney World.
bougie.
Oh, right.
And, you know, and I was like, oh, we're going to go to Universal. And then I went through this dinosaur ride, and then...
Probably Jurassic Park.
No, it wasn't. It was...
No, that's the only time there's ever been dinosaurs.
Is it
Jurassic Park.
the Disney movie Dinosaurs?
I don't know. I don't remember. But there were lots of lights and shit, and I didn't know. I kind of felt like afterward, I was like, am I about to have a seizure? Because I was having a crazy
That's
headache.
very extreme.
And I was like,
It's time to get up, Jeremy. You had a seizure. Whatever the place that
Wake
you said
up.
was Universal 7 years ago. Wake up.
Could you imagine if you woke up and you came back and you had to relive all of this over again?
Ah, fuck.
But you know how much money you'd make? You'd be like, Disney,
You
check
probably
this
could
out.
stop
And the
me
Disney would
from-
be like, we're not going to buy all these fucking dumbass companies. We're not going to make new Star Wars movies. And you'd be like,
Then I'm gonna do it.
I want to go back into my coma.
What were we going to say? Sorry.
The Jurassic World movies, those are what to do with a pre-existing franchise.
True.
Because they didn't say, we're going to remake it with the same people and just have Jeff Goldblum be there kind of, but not really. We're going to CGI young Jeff Goldblum. Because that's what they would do if they remade it. Because they would still keep him, and they would try, like, they would de-age him.
Yeah.
Anyways, they said, hey, this takes place
After.
yeah, after. This is still some other stuff. We got some different characters, got some... Oh, but I guess that's kind of what Star Wars did. But also, they didn't kill off Jeff Goldblum. Is he even in it?
In which one? Jurassic World 2?
Yeah.
He is in there. He's just at the beginning talking to a court about whether or not they should... Oh, spoilers. But it's been out for a couple years, so I guess no more spoilers.
It's only been out for like a year.
2 years.
Well, they should have just had Luke Skywalker, like, giving Rey, like, her little food packets in Episode 7. That would have been his cameo, and that was it.
They should have just had Luke Skywalker kill the dinosaurs in
They should have just
Jurassic World.
had Luke Skywalker, like, kind of walk behind Rey and just look at her and be like, fuck it, and walk away.
Could you imagine, like, if that's actually like
I mean, that's kind of what his attitude
he just
was
like walks
anyway.
in and you just see him like in the background, not really focused, but he kind of looks and he's just like, and then it's like, and it's like then it's the credits, da 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 da.
I don't want to deal with that.
I would have rather, like, Luke Skywalker have been, like, a jokester kind of, like, guy. Like, kind of.
Wanted to be like fucking Yoda?
I mean, not like
Fun.
that. Like, not
Yeah,
like
but
he
he's
was,
not
like...
serious. He's like, man, I hate my life and I drink the green milk titty juice out of these sea
Yeah, I
camels.
forgot about that. What? Star Wars let me see Luke Skywalker's... Did he suck the milk right out of
No,
he
no.
tugged it out of
He was
the
like,
titty.
like into a fucking.
They let me see Luke Skywalker milk that thing.
He was just chilling. And then he comes over, he's like, give me some of that milk.
And that thing looked like it was having a good time.
Yeah, it was having a
like,
great time.
It was like, woo!
It was like, oh fuck!
Do you think it
Don't
feels...
stop!
Do you think it feels good for space cows to moo? But
What if he drank it and he's like, oh, wrong udder.
see, but that's what not to do with a pre-existing franchise. Don't make Luke Skywalker drink the milk fresh out of the space cow.
They basically made him into space Clint Eastwood in that last movie. That's basically how his attitude. He was just so angry and dried up.
He should have just been like
He was spangry.
space
What?
angry.
Space angry, spangry.
They should have just made him like kind of like Yoda, where he just acted like that's not who he was.
Yeah. He also could have just been a little more fun.
It still pisses
Kind of
me
a
off that
dick.
Yoda acted in The Empire Strikes Back. He was all crazy.
Oh, I'm Jeremy. I'm pissed off at the first iteration of Yoda.
I'm
I
also
am.
kind of mad that
He's
they
a jerk.
that they made Yoda like a puppet again in the most recent one. When the last time you see him, he looked like a puppet. He didn't even look CGI'd. He looked like a puppet.
He was a puppet.
Yeah,
I hated that. I hated that. I'm like, you have all this fucking technology. You still make him look like goddamn Elm Street? Elmo? It looked like Elmo. Look, Green Elmo. Green Mo. It was Green Mo.
I mean, okay, in their defense, this was the most...
trash.
The Oscar the Grouch.
He was Oscar the Grouch.
In their defense, the last, like, timeline-wise that you saw him, he was the puppet, so it makes sense why they would do him the puppet this time. But they did go back. I didn't know this till, like, literally, like, yesterday. They went back, and in episode 1, they CGI'd Yoda, and he looks so much better than the puppet version, because the puppet version had, like...
It was a puppet, you could tell really bad.
He had, like, a constant little smirk, and he was...
He's like...
He was like... He was smiling the whole time, but he was like, we shouldn't take Anakin in, because he may kill all of us. But he was like, but I say it with a smile.
We shouldn't take Anakin.
Well, I mean...
Kill all of us, you will. And they were like, yeah, that's fucking dope, dude. Bring him on.
Don't bring him on, but I'm a nice guy, so bring him on.
He's smiling, so it must be okay.
I really wish I could physically show the Yoda puppet when he gets slapped in the face on that meme.
Star Wars is, I don't know. The new trailer came out, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I have the
I'm
heart
excited.
to invest.
It looks like it may fix up some stuff that they've done, but if they would have just gone with some new stuff out in space elsewhere, not attached to this one dumbass family, it wouldn't have mattered what they did with the rest of it, because it would have been new. I wouldn't have had some name to ruin.
On a side note of that trailer, Poe Dameron looks like he's in Uncharted.
He's hot.
Who?
Poe Dameron.
The
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, there you go.
The pilot? Mm-hmm. Huh. I don't remember seeing him.
He was there. They were on Tatooine, probably.
They were on the desert planet too.
The salt one?
No.
Desert Planet 2.
Desert
The
planet.
other desert planet.
Jakku? No, I think they're on
I don't know.
Tatooine because
They're
they're on
probably-
the Tatooine speeders.
True, but also why is the Death Star there?
Well, that's on something else. The Death Star was on near Endor.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of those are.
What?
Endor's the
Battlefront
Ewok
was
planet.
sick,
Yeah, see, they remade that.
and it sucked.
Yeah, it sucked.
It was okay.
No.
It sucked,
No,
Jeremy.
it sucked.
Jeremy, most things suck.
Said it was okay.
I saw
was like, this is
gameplay.
awesome.
I literally saw gameplay, and it was just a black screen, and it was because it sucked.
That was sucking noise.
It was bad. Okay.
You didn't play it.
EA made it. I don't need to.
True.
EA's got some
just-
stuff that's pretty good.
We just need to let things stop being things. Just make something else. Just let it die.
Yes.
I want Master Chief, the Halo man, kill him. I don't ever want to see another, honestly, like, Pokemon after they hit 1,000. That's it. You're done. No more. Okay, but their remakes that they do, like, when they just do it, it's just like... Those are
No,
good.
Pokemon-
no.
Those are good.
Yeah, you're the part of the problem.
Fuck you.
Pokemon is running out of ideas, though. There's like a fucking ice cream Pokemon.
Is there a lamp?
Geodude was a rock with arms.
Okay, but
That's
at
pretty
least
sweet.
There is no argument for
This
new
sweet
Pokemon.
treat. There's a sweet treat Pokemon.
There is no argument for new Pokemon that make them any better or worse than
What
the old
about-
ones. They are all just things.
There's a Pokemon that's like a sword and shield.
What? Hold on. What about
What about it?
Digimon? New one.
Sick.
Digimon. Okay, I feel like
Digimon, digital monsters. I don't know the rest of the song.
Pokemon Digivolve 2 Greymon.
Digimon was like, I feel like I had no standards for what a Digimon was allowed and not allowed to be because they were just so obscure to begin with. It was like, as long as it had guns, it was allowed to be a Digimon. No matter what. It was like, we got lasagna with guns. We got a bunny rabbit with guns. We got a wizard,
Could you imagine?
but he has
lasagna
guns.
slithering around.
It's fucking Lasagna Mon. Oh shit.
Oh yeah,
It's got layers.
as long as it said Mon at the end, Digimon, it was allowed
That's
to
it.
be Digimon.
Ondimon. Greymon.
Gucciimon.
God damn it. On a
couldn't-
side note, if you haven't seen the original Digimon movie, It's got the best soundtrack. There's not another movie.
It's only
to
the
date.
original one in English because it was like the English one was like a compilation of like 3 of the Japanese ones.
So watch the English one. It has the best soundtrack to date. Still not a better movie with a better soundtrack. And it's just good.
Skyfall who?
Yeah. Joke. Well, I was talking with someone at work and we're talking about Tony Hawk. Obviously the Tony Hawk regular Underground. Was it Underground? Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Huh?
Tony Hawk's lame. I'm glad there isn't a real guy who those are based on.
Yeah, that'd be really unrealistic. And how we would like it remade. But after talking, now I realize I could just buy a new Tony Hawk game and it would probably be the same exact thing.
Just play Skate.
What? Skate sucks. People who play Skate think they can skateboard in real life. And that's the only reason they play. They're like, I play Skate, and it's harder than Tony Hawk.
It is. Shut up.
Did they make a skateboard that you could connect to the Xbox to play with? Like it was
that
stationary.
was a Tony Hawk game.
That was a Tony Hawk game? Oh.
Yeah, like I could already eat shit outside. Why would I want to just eat shit inside in front of mom and dad?
Okay,
That's
well
gross,
then you're gonna
Chris.
eat shit in front of the whole neighborhood.
I'm just gonna play Hall of Meat.
That was on Skate, you ass.
It's the only reason it was good. Don't lie to me. Guitar Hero, good game. But that's one of those games that it lived long enough to see itself become a villain, and it sucks now. But like the third one, prime. Real prime.
Yeah. Third one was the best. The fourth one, World Tour, whatever, was that what it was called?
Yeah.
I thought that was okay.
I would have loved to enjoy playing some video games like Halo 3, but every time Tyler came over, he knocked my Xbox over and destroyed the disc.
I was jumping on the down with capitalism bandwagon real quick. I was like, Master Chief needs to die, both in game and in real life. And then I destroyed like 2 of Chris's Halo 3s.
He knocked over
The Xbox.
my console
No,
once.
your house was haunted, and the cord wrapped around my leg
Right,
or my
sorry
ankle,
about
and
that.
I got up,
But
knocked it
the
down.
most frustrating one was when you were holding the Xbox and you like tilted it back and the disc fell into the Xbox and it was like ding ding ding.
How was I supposed to know that the disc was?
Shnikes.
How was I supposed to know?
I don't know.
How are you supposed to know, Chris?
I don't know.
You can't blame him.
I probably wouldn't play it
That was the
now
ghost.
anyways, to be honest. I feel like some things
Oh,
are...
that's another thing, though. They're selling you all of the Halo games that you've already bought. They're not even doing anything to them. They're just putting them on the computer. But because you haven't played them on the computer, you're going to pay for it.
I mean,
The
when
Master Chief
I
Edition.
when I go to a new restaurant and I try something, if it's like really good, if I go back the next time, it's not gonna be. It'll be good, but it won't be that same level. Like when you try something for the first time, it's like I'm not even gonna continue. I was gonna say something inappropriate,
It's
but
like diminishing returns. It's like it gets harder and harder for something that is the same to, for you to reach the same level of,
pleasure,
yeah, there you go. We'll say that. Like
taste bud
satisfaction.
pleasure. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Happiness.
Like it's the first time you've ever had lasagna. You say, damn, lasagna man, you're delicious. I love eating you. And then the next time you go back to Pam's delicious lasagna factory and you say, lasagna man, get in this mouth. And then you have lasagna man again, but like there's no surprises, there's nothing new. There's nothing for you to have experienced that you haven't already experienced. So it's like you still enjoy it, but your level of satisfaction is the same at best, never better, because it can't get better.
Unfortunate.
I'm sorry, lasagna
Man,
man.
you just made food sound real sad to me.
No, you can go somewhere else.
Yeah, you
I
can
know,
always
You can
try
go
something
somewhere
new.
else, and
There's-
maybe they even come out with lasagna man too.
It's kind of.
And like they have lasagna with they put some pesto sauce in there along with the red sauce, and you say, "Holy shit, this
You
is my new
ever
favorite
you ever
one."
try to eat lasagna, but between like one of the layers, there's a gun.
That's hardcore. I'd go
Yeah,
back.
see, go.
See, but when you went back, it would be not as pleasurable as the first time.
See, that's making me sad.
Well, there's always the art of distraction. McDonald's kids' meals have always sucked, but what they did with the kids' meal box to make it exciting made you forget that McDonald's sucked.
I feel like whenever
You
I got
ever-
a kids meal at McDonald's, I never got the actual box.
You
I just
get
got
the-
the fucking bag.
I got the box, and there was one with Hot Wheels, and you like busted in part of the box, like it was perforated, and it was like a ramp, and it could like come out of the box. The last time I got a kids meal was when me and my brother Casey argued over which toy we wanted. I got pink Legos, and I was upset with that because I wanted something else, and Casey got blue Legos, and my dad said, "You guys are too fucking old for this. You're not getting kids meals ever again." Never got a kids meal again.
He said the F word to you?
No.
This
It
was last month.
It was more like, "You guys are too old for this. We're not doing this again."
And you cried?
But that's not as dramatic. I did cry. I was very upset. I didn't even get my pink Legos.
You said, "Dad, I have a kid on the way. Just give me my pink Legos,
Please.
See, there's things that you can just keep doing and doing and doing. Legos is one of them. I will argue that Pokemon, to an extent, is another one. But they aren't just remaking the exact same Lego set every time.
No, Legos suck now.
What?
What?
They're the same.
No,
How-
they're not.
Tell me how Legos have changed.
Because there
Is it
was
because there's a small hole in the
I'm talking
Lego
about the
so you can breathe
original,
if you
the
swallow
original
one?
set. Like he said,
Oh.
building on something till it's no longer. There's no longer an original idea.
You weren't there for the original set, bro.
I have the original set, my dude.
The original set came out before you were born.
The original set came inside of a red giant brick that looked like a Lego, and it had a handle on it. It had
Yeah,
a
I
smiley
had that.
face. I have 2 of them.
I had Lincoln Logs.
Yeah, beat
Get
that.
the fuck out of here.
Jeremy was out there playing along with Abraham Lincoln while you were in diapers.
Yeah, fuck you.
I'm old.
Yeah, we should
Anyways,
end Jeremy. He's too old. He's been around long enough. The nostalgia factor.
beat him out the pasture. Beat him out in the
Do it.
pasture.
Shoot me.
Mission to Mars, like that Lego set was like top tier.
And then they remade it.
Incredible. Then they remade it and it sucked.
Bunk.
Knight's Kingdom Lego set. Lit, totally cool. Then they remade it. It sucked. Bionicles, the
Yeah.
original Bionicles,
I agree with
were
that
tight all the way up until they decided to 86 them and come out with Hero Factory, which was like the worst form of Bionicle ever made. Everything that's remade, for the most part, sucks ass.
Disney movies.
Pokemon cards.
What?
I don't. Maybe because I'm also a grown ass man. I don't go and buy Pokemon
Wow,
cards
man,
anymore.
grown-ass mans?
I feel like that is. They never stop making them, so it's not like they're
Well, I mean, like the
remaking them.
new
They're
ones,
still.
the design.
I mean,
you
they
know?
always just have different artists that do them. It's like they don't all look different. They never stop. So I mean, you can't. They're not remakes of anything.
They suck.
Okay, they suck, but that's because you're grown.
They suck.
So they have there's no satisfaction for you there.
But I also feel like the quality of things has gone down, and I think that's why I enjoy them less. Hero
Pokemon
Factory
cards have
compared
some
to
quality.
original Bionicles, I feel like there's a quality difference.
Yeah, Fruit Loops. Not Fruit Loops. Are they Fruit Loops?
What?
No, I'm trying to think.
I need some
those-
context, man.
Those are
I'm
real.
trying to think of the one with the bunny.
Those tricks.
Tricks. They're not little fruits no more. They're just balls.
But
Colored
that's
balls.
good. Though.
No,
I like the. I like.
They looked like little fruits before, and now they're just balls.
They taste like shit though. They still taste like shit.
That's true.
Yeah, but they used to be cool looking. Now they're boring.
Honeycombs, the cereal.
I forgot about
Those still look
those.
like honeycomb.
The back of the box used to be all crate. Well, all boxes were. They were fun. They had games and all that fun stuff.
You used to have that little hairball.
Now,
What?
nothing.
Minimalistic.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Where's the old woman who's making the Cinnamon Toast Crunch? She used to
now
be
you
on
have
the
those
box.
ugly old gross things.
Now it's the little squares with mouths that eat each other.
Cannibals.
This is the We Hate Change episode.
We hate change.
And Luke Skywalker.
And Luke Skywalker. And green titty milk.
No, we love that.
Take that back.
The 23-year-old in me, when I saw that, I said,
Mm.
I'm fucking with it.
I'm
I said, Luke's a freak.
You wrote Disney like, y'all got any more of that green tit milk?
I wrote Disney a letter. I said, I want more of this content. Everything I've said about that movie up until this point has been a lie. I said, more alien titties.
Your fan fiction of Star Wars.
You're sitting in the theater when that scene comes up. It's like quiet and it's just you, and you're like, Jesus Christ!
You're sitting there. Oh!
Everyone's like, "Can you calm down?" And you have like a cup with like an artificial titty from the same alien on the
I
top
have
of your
green
cup.
Food coloring. I'm dropping it in. I'm like, man.
I'm living the dream.
I said, you and me both, Luke.
You and me both.
Tell that dumbass girl to get off your island. She's gonna try to steal your milk.
you said, "Damn, Luke, pass me one of them titties." Oh.
Maybe that's what we need more of. Legos, titties,
Lego titties.
Pokemon cards, titties. Digimon already had titties.
Bigger titties.
No, that's impossible.
Don't make live action remakes of cartoons. I'm sorry, I don't want to see another Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. Okay,
Yes.
it's not good. It's not
Yes.
good.
I don't want to see
okay?
a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action remake of a cartoon, but I'm gonna go and pay for the Lion King remake in 3 months or
I
whenever it comes
love
out.
Lion King. I will see it. I also want to see Detective Pikachu. So
I
you
wanna see
can
that
you can
too.
keep on.
That's
going
not a
with that one.
remake of anything, though. They're
Right.
just taking stuff that already exists and making a different story based in the same world, like they should have done with Star Wars.
Instead of making more movies I've already seen a million times, can someone please make a freaking sequel to the Avatar movie? Not the
Which,
cartoon ones, like the Blue People Avatar
They already
movie.
have.
Oh, you mean all the sequels that they already have planned out until
Yeah,
like
can
2035?
it come out, please? Because I've been waiting patiently.
I kind of.
You're the
I didn't
only
like that
one.
movie. It's just
I'm gonna-
Pocahontas.
I'm gonna text James Cameron right now and tell him that his singular fan who still remembers those movies even exist
Sick.
is waiting.
He's gonna be in a submarine, fucking.
Just make sure
looking
that
at the
there's
Titanic,
titties and green milk in it.
and
That's all I care
Tyler's
about.
Gonna send a text and be like, "Hey, your boy Chris over here is waiting for Avatar 2, but make him green and give him some green titty milk."
Chris needs strong bones. He demands milk.
It's about time they remade the health pyramid and put green titty milk on the top.
Luke
No, on the
Skywalker's
bottom.
gonna
On the
advertise it to
bottom.
me.
On the bottom.
It's gonna be bottom tier?
No, because of the food.
Oh,
pyramid,
it's gonna be the food
Oh,
pyramid.
it's the
You gotta have the
base.
It's the base. It's what
It's the
makes you
strength.
strong.
It's not the top, which is I don't remember what it is. Probably oils and fats.
Bread.
Let's get this bread.
Yeah, it's a
No,
grains.
bread isn't at the top. It can't be at the top because you need carbohydrates for energy. It's not even a pyramid, it's a triangle.
Yeah, it is. It's just a triangle.
Why do they call it a pyramid?
Because
That's government propaganda 101 right there. They were like, we're going to make these kids dumb and we're not going to let them know what a pyramid
Maybe
actually is.
maybe because when you look at the pyramid for food, you think about food, and then when you have a dollar and you see the pyramid, you think about food, and you're like, I need to spend this dollar on
That means
food.
there's 3 at least other sides to this pyramid that we don't know. Maybe
Ass, green titty milk, food, and
bricks.
bricks.
what's the third one?
I just named off 4.
No, I know, but you named
No,
one
those are
side.
just on
What's
the second
other-
side.
What's the third side?
What?
Pyramid has 3 sides. Yes.
Yeah, right.
What you did the first one was the food. The second one was ass, something, green titty milk, something else. What's the third?
Oh no, I named off. Those were all of them. So green titty milk is its own
the
pyramid.
whole
That's one
side
side.
can't be.
The whole side is green titty milk.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So if you have the green milk only, then you are fulfilled.
Yes,
If you eat bricks,
you're fulfilled.
you just need really good teeth first. You need sharp teeth.
Make sure to brush your teeth and
Strong teeth. Maybe bricks and green titty milk are on one side because you get strong bones, which your teeth are bones.
Teeth are bones.
From the green titty milk, and then you can eat the bricks.
ah.
Maybe that's what Luke Skywalker was doing.
Trying to eat bricks.
He was eating all those lizard people's
was
houses on that island.
No, he's like...
That's what he needed the milk for.
He's like, listen, I'm going to drink this green-ass titty milk until my teeth are strong enough that I can eat the Death Star and the whole Empire.
They're like, you blew that up.
He's like...
I did what? An old man now. So
He's not that old.
he was older.
He was old enough that he just turned into a fart when they attacked him.
He really did.
After he went away from fighting Kylo, he was sitting
like-
there. He's like,
He was like, man, that's sick. I wasn't
And
even
he's
there.
gone.
And then you just like...
"Oh, that was too strong."
Fuck consumerism.
You can't say that.
What?
I've already said the
Can't
F
say
word
the
a
F
few
word.
times, but I was trying not to.
I know you've done good.
Screw consumerism. Capitalism can eat my booty hole.
Nice.
I'm just going to sit here and drink green titty milk.
Very nice.
You know what? But you're just buying into consumerism by purchasing that milk that you saw in Star Wars.
Secrets is what you got to do.
Then I'm going to make purple titty milk.
As long as it's not grape flavored.
Ew. Grape flavored milk?
Y'all got any of that grape milk?
I mean, they probably do. You've been to the store. You work
That's
at
true.
the stores.
They
You work at some stores.
they don't got no
I mean,
grape milk.
grape juice is technically grape milk.
No.
Yeah, like
It's
Okay.
smashed.
There's a
apple juice is
You ain't
apple milk.
smashing cows to make milk.
there's that
Almonds
drink.
don't got titties.
There's that drink at
Almond juice.
Starbucks that the dragon refresher.
The pink drink?
No, not the pink drink, the dragon refresher. And then if you get it coconut milk, the same way that they make the pink drink, people call it dragon milk.
Ooh, exotic.
That sounds
Oh my.
yeah, that's no dragon milk for me, please. Do not call it that.
Can I get the dragon cream drink, please?
So what are we allowed to like?
What are we allowed to like?
Yeah.
I mean, you can like whatever. Honestly, it's like you said earlier.
I like plant.
Here's what you can do. Here's what you can like. Anything you want, essentially. But
At all consumers.
things that are... Here's
Things
a good
that are the
example.
same,
Here's
but
a good
different.
example. Godzilla is coming out with a new movie.
Hell yeah.
They have old movies with Godzilla fighting Ghidorah. This is a new movie with him fighting Ghidorah, but it's not the same movie because there's different monsters. in it.
Same, but different.
You're allowed to like things that are the same only if they've improved upon them, but you only can know if they've improved upon them after you've already given them your money. So go back in time and stop yourself from giving these things your money so then they know they're bad. It's
But-
your own fault for not time traveling and replacing your possible purchase with a different purchase.
Download LimeWire, go to illegal websites,
Classic,
watch
classic.
movies without paying for them, download music without paying for
Is that
it.
Pirate Bay?
Don't ever put money into something until you've actually seen it. And then after that, if you want to buy it and support it, go for it.
Honestly, that's kind of what I already do with music. I listen to it on Spotify, and then if I like the CD, then I'll purchase the CD.
The FBI guy that listens to this is like, what the fuck?
I pay for Spotify.
Me too.
So if you've ever been a consumer, fuck you. But like, because you're the reason things, they just keep making them and then they're bad.
I agree.
They're consuming
As I
our
speak,
content.
as I speak through my fine microphone I bought on Amazon, and I have my Google phone right next to me.
I built this mic and my phone, so
You're a
I'm
fucking
pretty
lying
independent, you know.
piece of shit.
Yep.
Corporations aren't my friends.
They want to be. Yeah. They want to be your backdoor friend.
Like, my house.
Watch out. It'll be Google.
Fuck them too.
Google's sneaking around like they're waiting for a time to strike.
They're
Honestly,
buying up land. And they're also...
consumerism has let Alexa and Google into our homes. And I was reading with my eyeballs because I can do that. Sorry, poking fun at Chris's inability to do the same. They say that it's not just AI that you're talking to when you do that, and sometimes there's actual people listening. So they can choose when to listen, even if you're not talking to them. So, you know, you're going downtown on some macaroni and cheese in bed, and you're eating it,
I was like, wait, what's going on?
and they can listen to you eat the macaroni and cheese. Yeah, and they're listening. You don't even have to say, "Hey Alexa, listen to me eat macaroni and cheese." They'll just listen, and then somebody's just listening to you.
Well,
and
yeah.
like, regardless if you care or not, they still can do that.
We've had times because we have the Google Home Mini and the lights come on when it listens, and me and Megan will be talking, and you look over and the lights are on, and it's like, fucking excuse you,
Stop.
turn off your fucking ears, boy, or it'll just talk out of nowhere.
I'm not even home, and I like want to unplug my Alexa.
I'll be like, man, I had a really hard day at work, and it's like, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say?
Excuse me?
Yeah,
Consumerism is scary.
it is.
Also, like, I was talking about going to ramen yesterday, and I didn't even use my phone to look it up. Katie used her phone to look it up. Am I allowed to say your name? Anyways.
Well, you did now.
My girlfriend used her phone to look up the ramen,
oh, now everyone knows.
but yeah, everyone knows.
Everyone's saying congratulations, Tyler.
Thanks, dads. Anyways, she used it to look up where the ramen place was, but I keep getting ads or like Postmates ads, and it has ramen in the pictures, and I'm like, Siri,
Excuse me?
kiss my ass.
I don't know if...
But you don't even have to say it. You don't even have to
can't
like
be
prompt
possible.
it.
No, I know. But I feel like before I've thought of something.
Oh, what you
And
think
then...
No, like even if you
I'm on
Google
my-
it.
I know. I'm saying, I mean, I'm on my phone, I've thought of something, I'm like, oh yeah, think of that. And then I start seeing ads, I'm like, wait, what?
Okay, well they don't have that power. They
I
aren't in
don't
your
know
brain.
why.
Well,
It-
as
that
far as
kinda
we know,
scares me. Good?
I tried to do a test on that, and I would randomly say words pertaining to bees. Like me and Megan would just be hanging out, and I'd be like, stop talking. And I'd be like, bees, honey, flowers, nectar, pollen. But I forgot after a couple days. But I think that'd be interesting to keep on doing that and see if I start getting like articles and stuff for bees on my phone. Worth the test. Try it out.
Would
Let
that
me
be
know how it
considered
goes.
data mining?
There is
Because isn't that against the law? Kind of?
There's probably loopholes.
there's something in it. I was reading something and it was like some guy asked for his audio information from Amazon. I think it was in France. It was somewhere in Europe. And they gave him back audio information, but they gave him conversations that people had that they weren't even prompting like their Alexa to listen to or to talk to them, and he was able to like find out all this information about these people just from listening to audio files that Amazon sent to him that didn't even belong to his device.
Ooh.
Ooh, yikes.
Ooh.
Man, those people are probably talking mad shit about him.
Yeah.
Google would just hear me talking about buttholes
But it's like
and babies.
What?
that's where they come from.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That's that's distasteful.
Rewind that.
Eerie.
I don't know, that's all I got.
That's all you got.
Yeah, you know, nostalgia's great and all, but let's slow it down a bit.
I just want new stuff. Like this new episode of this podcast.
Oh, this episode right now?
This episode right now.
This one?
This one.
I just want a big old fat gallon of green titty milk.
I don't why I'm gonna have to cut out like every time we said titty about the green milk. This is just gonna be green milk.
Green milk. I love green milk.
I hate the remake though.
The sequel?
Green Milk 2.
What's the sequel of this podcast going to be?
Things my friends have yet to say. It's gonna be a premonition podcast.
And then after that, it can be things my friends said, and it can be a spooky podcast about ghosts.
It'll be like we use a Ouija board and we contact the dead,
Yikes.
and then we'll have our listeners, and they'll be like, "We already heard this one. You guys are just using dead characters."
Yeah, basically. We're gonna be like, all right, we have the Ouija board set up. Jeremy, you want to help me? We're like,
Leave Tyler.
is Tyler in the room? Leave Tyler killed off. And it's gonna be like, fuck consumerism. Oh yeah, he's in here. He's in here with us. Leave him killed off. On the next episode, I'll be dead.
Stay tuned.
See my friends talk to me from beyond the grave.
Next time, Tyler's dead. Chris says something outrageous. And Jeremy says coochie.
Is this episode a good one?
It's all right. So long, farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now. Until we meet again, I said so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now. Titty milk till the end.